talking to Mike Blanchard from Newton Running, who's exhibiting here at the Lake Placid Marathon and Half. He was just going to give us a little rundown as to what the new technology is that makes their running shoes so remarkable.
So we rely less on foam technologies and more on what we call trampoline membrane. So when you look at the core of our shoe, this is kind of the heart of our shoe. Any of the shoes you look at are going to have this feature. We call it the lug. Okay, and each lug is suspended over a membrane rather than foam.
Right.
And when we come down on the shoe, we effectively punch the lug across that membrane to give you cushioning. Okay. And so the foam just acts as a skeletal component to hold that whole thing together. Now on the top, we have what we call a sensory top plate. Now, just like you were if you were barefoot, say I had you take your shoes off and go for a run, you'd sense temperature, texture, all sorts of different features of the ground, and you would change the way you run. So we don't want to lose that. When we give you all this cushioning, we don't want to lose that ability to sense the ground, because if you lose that ability, you impact the ground harder. Okay, so we put a top plate, and it's a firm, called the sensory top plate. Encapsulates the foam, and it relies on the shoe wearing from the outside rather than through compression on the inside, giving the shoe extremely long life. Okay, so most of our shoes will probably do twice the amount of miles that most shoes will do. The other feature of our shoe that's so critical is that we build our shoe flat. So our shoes range anywhere from a 5 to a 0 millimeter heel lift, because we want to allow people to adapt at whatever rate they feel best. But what's so critical about that is that by making the shoe flat, we get you to have a better posture, right? If we're standing on a hill, we effectively change the way we're distributing our weight across our foot. We're changing the way we lean, because if I'm standing on this hill and I'm standing perfectly straight, then I'm going to fall flat on my face. I actually lean back, okay? And then my balance is compromised, and I change the way I interact with the ground. So typically what we see is more of a straight-legged strike, and I'm not going to say heel strike, because I've seen people land straight-legged here, and I've seen people land straight-legged here. What we're trying to allow you to do is to land in a bent knee, cushioned, athletic position. Okay, so that's really what we're all about, is trying to get you to that safe position.
Thanks a lot. Good luck, and hope we do well at this conference. Yeah, take care. Yeah.